This is the number one cardinal scheme, in which is this is the plight of cardinal schemes. We man everything. Our cardinal our cardinal concept is the apex of it. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? We're manned up, as beings. So you get to the original you get to the original expression of a solar system. You look at women. You get it without the animals, which is unconceptual because you got reproduction. Plus, a man really don't evolve from an animal as a concept, in which is a thought, or in a concept, he's a man. And that brings you to reproduction, what he could do and could spawn. That photogenic reality, in which would be why he spawned. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about photogenic materialistic reality. It really is photogenic materialistic. It's subliminal, but it has a manual scheme. You see what I'm saying? Without the manual scheme, this cardinal reality, this chemistry of energy and cardinal reality, I mean, it wouldn't even be the concept it wouldn't even be the primary concept. It'll go all off on something else, which is hard to do. For us to even just dabble in thinking about a spiritual being, it still had to have a sub-cardinal being, or how could we relate the concept of feeling anything without some sort of cardinal scheme, in which now you see the concept that we have as the creations we are from who created us and everything. Now that can only be the same man, or a man to man here. Then we have that. And this concept isn't to evolve from an animal. So that can only be a mythical thing. And it isn't like you couldn't like make a pretend car and it isn't like you couldn't make a pretend car. If you got real cars, so you make a pretend car, it's like novelty. So, but at the same time, yes, it's unpsychological to do so. So, and if you look at it, counting everything like this, you'd really be able to account that, all right, it wasn't some space and time, right? It wasn't something. Just like if it wasn't the conceptual expression of reality, it just wasn't the real expression of reality. If it's a mythical expression of reality, you only could account it. So just like if it wasn't a mythical expression of a solar system, fine. I'm just putting a thought out there because this is how much I thought about things. So, like I said, excuse me, it won't be a reason to panic, though. If anything, and we still shouldn't panic, is how the mythical medical reality teaches us some things about humans. And they say it's a time we can be healthy, and it's a time we can not be healthy, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's not true. And that's the greatest concern. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's real important. That's real concernful at a real high, serious magnitude. Although, what I'm saying, we'd be the same people that's only here to save ourselves. I mean, if it's just not the facts, if it's just not a fact, well, then let's not flunk that. So we should be able to legislate all that is real and live dealing with all that is real instead of something that is unreal. Even if this is a mythical expression of a solar system, you still have conceptual words like democracy. So, and intelligence. Because if it's unintelligent and it's unreal, then we should only incorporate what's real, identifying with what is not real, which would be simply a plateau we could do that on. And we can. It's all the way. No one here to tell us that we couldn't or shouldn't. So it's just like, why would we suffer for no reason at all? There's no reason to do so. Going back on to what I was saying, so a man, so a female. Looking at a man and a female conceptually. If it was a sort of a deityism where it's only one person going different from the Bible concept of spiritual entity, then spewed himself into a cardinal energy, or blew himself into a cardinal energy. A cardinal reality, and then made a girl in his conceptual likeness for himself for a reason. Not that she isn't a person the same. So she has a creative agenda though, which conceptually comes in to speak intelligently when you want to sit and notice things. So looking at that, the whole conceptual thing, going back to photogenic materialistic reality. So you had the same man You have a concept of a female again, but you're gonna deal with that it's only one person. So this what is it? What I'm trying to think of, this co-self, right? This like this concept self to be with himself, a man there. You know what I'm saying? So he has this person, so he's like this dual gender reality person concept thing that would go when he think like that, when he thought like that, to be here and feel ever so lonely if he was ever in such a circle that the only thing who can be here for him in those sort of ways he thought about would be a person of himself, which would really be himself at a different expression for the thought, sort of identifying with what he was getting on. But that don't mean things form in a way that they don't, because although it's materialistic, although it's photogenically materialistic, it has a manual scheme. So, you know, it's just to say things don't form or grow outside of the concept, to say that. But back to an opposite concept, co-partner kind of thing. So a female. So you got this female, and you got this one man, you got photosynthesis. Now, you got this perfect man breaking to the fitness, you got his perfect scheme, how we look. We'll go, for example, and say it's a round hairline, because to me, it's square hairline. So, you say you, just to keep it feeling with you also, on my time getting super short, I'm gonna try though. So a round hairline. So you breaking down all the photosynthesis, all from this dark complexion. Even if you look at the perfect complexion, which would be that even tan, breaking it all down, you can get different complexions, including a darker complexion that wasn't so high in tan or even in tan. So all the complexions. Then you have like the complexions of what we categorize as different ethnicities, and then the different looks. So a round square line hairline, so a square one, so a slightly round and square one, and the thick eyebrows, thin nose, all these differences until you have all the different looks of people that you could see around. And this one man, and all from a size. That's the size of this same one man. He could be this size now. So you break them down. You breaking them down photosynthetically. So these people are here, and these are coordinates, energetic coordinates. You know what I'm saying? Coordinates of identity. These identical coordinates. So a person. So you have the female, so all these same coordinates, right? So conceptually though, if you was the person that created everything and it was you and the girl, you'd create other men. This is yourself. You tweaking out now. It makes no sense. If you're going to be the only man here with a lot of women, then you'll be the only man. But don't get me wrong, I'm just saying. You'd ask yourself, do it make sense? What? Is it something you can't stop? You know what I'm saying? Why would you think of something you couldn't stop? Not to say stop something in the wrong way, but I'm saying conceptually, if it was your thought, why wouldn't it be? Which could be like, man, maybe this isn't the real expression of a solar system, which means this could only be a mythical expression of a solar system is in a form of electronic temperament, right? Which would bring, if it was one man, whoever that one man was, now you're a man, right? All right, so, whoever that one man was, and it is a key one, though, if you want to get on that, something like that, right? Yeah, why couldn't you? Why wouldn't it be? Well, you wouldn't know all the coordinates properly, right? So, you got the key man. You know what I'm saying? You got the Genesis man, the master deity. You know what I'm saying? So you have a master deity if it was like that. And if this was a mythical expression of one on the electronic temperament, with the other male figures, with all the girls, you know what I'm saying? They'd only be him under some electronic temperament or artificial replicas of humans. Now, I say that completely intellectually, because if you want to stop and get so superficial into being somebody, let's realistically look at it intelligently. If it wasn't, what else could it be? A person also, he does that, he looks out and be careful. So if it,